life feels like it's quicker as you get older. Because it does.
Yeah.
Like this year, how quick did this year go? And then next year will probably feel quicker and quicker and so forth, right? Yeah. And it's like life goes by fast as you get older.
Yeah, that makes total sense, doesn't it? So many people don't have that consistency, that discipline, that belief, that patience to go, yep, it's going to work.
I think that's a big problem that people make.
How do we max out the max out? How do we keep going to that next level? How do we keep pushing, and what do we need to do?
When you do something that you enjoy, that it's not taxing at all. If anything, it's kind of rejuvenating.
How quick does a year go?
A year goes by, well, it's usually about 52 weeks.
Is it?
Usually. Or maybe 52 episodes.
Do you have your laptop? Could you fact check that, please?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll check the
52, huh?
Last time I checked, yeah.
But seriously though, well, look, first of all, 24 is done. Like, we are home stretch. Like, we're going to blink.
There's a month left.
Yeah, we're going to blink, and it's Christmas, it's holidays, it's summer.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
24 is gone. I feel that episode 1 or 2 or whenever it was when we spoke about setting goals and what we wanted to achieve and what we're going to do and all the things that we plan to accomplish in that 12 months.
And it's done.
It's done. The year's done.
Well, first of all, well done. Seriously, like that was fucking...
How
what
good.
a year, dude.
How good, guys.
What?
If you haven't picked up what we're putting down, that is 52 weeks. We are 1 year into this podcast. 1 whole year. We haven't missed a week. Actually, I missed a week.
You missed a week.
Last week. But for very good reason.
But the
Very
show,
good reason.
The show
goes
went on.
The show went on. And like, I'd actually planned to be there.
You were
there.
Yeah,
my meeting got changed. And as a result of that, we signed a $4.5 million project by me not being here. So as much as I wanted to, you weigh that up in business, you got to make calls sometimes.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? You got to sacrifice something to get something else. You got to make that business call. And hey, mate, maybe it didn't work out. Who knows? But in this instance, it did. So I've missed 1 episode. You're 1 up on me. But still, 52 weeks of $1 Million Days. What a great achievement. Very proud. What? Oh,
Calls for a celebration.
it does. There we go.
Just fucked up coffee. Just
There's a pop-up. Whoa, shit. That almost went into my water.
Almost.
Hang on, Iggy, you doing yours? Oh, get another one, mate.
You broke it. But then
Oh, shit. I broke mine too.
I have... Jesus, Iggy. Guys, thanks for tuning in for a whole 12 months. We've got some Tim Tams here to celebrate. If you're watching, you can probably see them on the camera. It might be a bit early for a Tim Tam, but
A little bit early.
we'll always do it.
I went to the gym today, so you can have it.
I went to the gym too. Yeah.
Get one more popper, because I'm that pumped. Oh, Iggy's getting a couple. Well done, guys. Thanks for being part of the journey, guys, as well. Loved having you here. For all our regular listeners and for all our new listeners, welcome. What have you learnt doing this podcast over the last 52 weeks? Let you finish your Tim Tam first. Maybe I'll talk a little bit.
No. Let me talk with a Tim Tam.
No other
And
way.
if you're listening,
Do an ASMR.
What? I don't even know what that is. Do I need to? ASMR.
you don't know what ASMR is?
I probably will when you say it.
You know, like those videos where they do this?
Yeah. No. What is that? What's
for
the
record,
stand? What's the
everyone listening, That
acronym?
was not me doing that.
What's the acronym for that?
I don't know.
So just ASMR. You don't even know what it is.
I don't know. What does ASMR stand for? Iggy.
He's gonna Google it now. No,
It doesn't make any sense. It says autonomous sensory meridian response. I don't think it's the right thing.
Interesting. Anyway, back to the
Back to
question.
the thing. So what did we learn? What have we learned over the last 12 months?
Yeah, like this whole process of doing a podcast, or this whole process of everything we've set out to do. What have you learned, or what have you gotten out of it? Might be another question. Might be a better question.
It's a great question. I think there's a lot. I think I'll tell you what one of my favorite things about this is. And tell me if you feel the same way, but I feel like sometimes this allows us to process thoughts. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even though you're doing it publicly, I think it allows you to refine your thinking process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all of a sudden, if you're going to say something out loud now, you're like, well, this is going to go on record. Do I really believe this?
Well, how good was it the other day? You messaged me, you're like, oi, do you ever listen to the podcast and listen to yourself talk? You go, fuck. Yeah. That's amazing advice.
Yeah,
like, did I actually say that?
That day.
Was that me or was it?
I saw a clip. I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw a clip.
Yeah.
And I watched it. And I said something and I'm like, fucking go with me.
Yeah, good.
That was sick.
I know.
I was like, I can't believe I said that. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. Re-quote it later.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, then that's when I messaged you. And I was like, you ever just see a clip and think, oh, yeah, like I can't believe I said that. That's a good response. Well, it kind of, because half the stuff we say on here, we just kind of blurt out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's conversational.
Yeah.
Well, my dad said that to me. My dad's out. Shout out to my old man. Thanks for watching. He always watches it on YouTube. He called me up. As our number one subscriber on YouTube. And he's like, oh, I watch it. He goes, I watch every episode. He goes, I love it. He goes, but because you don't get very many views. He goes, it's building.
It's
got half a dozen orders. I said, hey, we got 50,000 the other day. So, he watches it. But he was telling me the other day, he goes, the stuff you're talking about is fantastic. Like, he goes, you're giving some solid advice. And my old man's been in business for many years. But he goes, you're giving some really solid, good advice and conversation about business, about life, the topics you're covering, the political things that you talk about. He goes, it's really solid and great stuff. Like, I think, he goes, he's surprised we don't have 200,000 followers across that page.
Just takes
and I'm
time.
like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that is exactly right. It's consistency, it's perseverance. It's all of those things. You know, he says, well, what's the payoff for this? Like, he's waiting to see, when do you get money for doing this? And I'm like, look, I don't know the date. You know what I mean? But does it mean sponsors come on board eventually? Probably they will. You will probably hear us plug a sponsor in the near future because they're going to say, hey, we love what you're about. We love what you're talking about. We love what you're doing. Let's give you some money and grow the platform across multiple areas. Because that'll help other business people. That'll help other people doing sick shit in their lives.
I'll show you this. I actually woke up to this morning. I'm just trying to find it. It was a comment on the YouTube video.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and it was very related to, I don't know where it is. My phone, so I've just changed my phone. And everything's like...
A new one?
Yeah.
Is that the 16? Can I touch it?
Don't touch it too much.
Far out. I thought they got rid of one of the cameras.
Oh, that's the normal version.
Oh, is it?
So you got the normal one and the pro one.
So I got the Max. Seriously?
Yeah. So
that's a 14. That's a 16.
Yeah. So I went from the 15 to the 16.
I reckon they do the exact same thing too.
I reckon they do the exact same thing. Yeah. It's nothing.
Why did you buy one? Sorry, out of curiosity.
I didn't. I've got a.
Or get one.
I've got a plan with Telstra.
Oh, so it's just update it for that.
$99, and they
Just a new phone.
$99. We'll send you the latest one. Send us the old one.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. So,
because there's people out there that they have that strong of a connection with the brand that as soon as something drops, they're like, oh, I've got to have it. It's new.
No, it's update every second or third year.
I'm generally every second year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they introduced, I think for the last 2 years now, I've had
current
one. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Which is good, but nothing's new about it. The only thing that's annoying about it is, well, actually, you know what? First things first, I'm like, shout out to Apple. What a fucking brand. Dude, you want to talk about playing the long game?
Yeah.
Like, people didn't know Apple as much as, like, Apple blew up in the early 2000s.
Yep.
Apple's been around since the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, they had some level of traction, but they were nowhere near the size of the company that
It wasn't until the iPhone really came out.
And that's when they skyrocketed, right? But the transfer process, seamless.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like it was so good. It even told me how long it was going to take for the phone to transfer from one phone to the other phone. And it was counting down. And I just looked at it and I'm like, There would be a lot of work to go into this experience.
Even the unboxing experience too. Have you ever unboxed an Apple product? Like you just bought a new laptop. Like how nice was the box that it came in? Like everything.
I keep the boxes.
Yeah, well, exactly.
No word of a lie.
Yeah, I believe you. I've actually got half a dozen boxes in my cupboard as well, just from all the iPads and phones and all that sort of shit.
Phenomenal.
And then I actually bought a Surface Pro the other day, and I found that they're following suit. Like it was a nice box. It was, felt rigid. It was nice to touch, nice to feel. It was black. It was elegant. Like they're following suit with that as well. And something I saw on the Apple when they released their phone, it's every time they do their, their event where they talk about their new products, they always say, this is our best iPhone ever yet. Right? They always say that every single time. It's like, this is our best and most powerful iPhone yet. And it's because they always compare themselves to themselves. They don't compare it to other brands, to other anything.
Where'd you see this?
I saw it online. I saw it in a post. I don't think I did.
I feel like I've seen the same thing.
You probably have.
Yeah, but
you probably have seen it. But I liked it. There was a guy that did it as a joke, where he just kept playing like the last 15 years, going, this is our most powerful iPhone yet. This is our most powerful iPhone yet. And he just keeps saying it every single year. But the thing on that is they're comparing themselves to themselves. Yeah, we are better than what we were last year. We are more powerful than what we were last year. We are better product than what we were last year. They don't say this is a much more powerful phone than Samsung, than the Google. They don't compare that. No. We are in our own league.
They are in their own league.
Yeah, I believe so.
Apple's in their own league.
Yeah. It's like people either have an iPhone or how's that saying? How do you say it?
There's people who have Samsungs.
Yeah.
And there's normal people.
And there's normal people.
Yeah.
And it's I heard another thing that someone said something along the lines of, people who have Samsungs just haven't made it in life yet. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But they'll get there eventually.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Come on. Be an adult.
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
So I got some fun facts about Apple. So it was founded in 1978.
Yeah, right.
And it almost went bankrupt in the 85, somewhere around there, when Steve Jobs wasn't in the company anymore.
Yeah.
And he came back in, I think it was in 1997 or somewhere around that time. And in 2001, Apple actually blew up. So that is the year where Apple became big with the iPod.
Yeah.
So the iPod was,
I remember
the first
it in
thing
high school.
that was going crazy before the iPhone.
It was sick, dude.
Yeah, I remember my mate had one, and he was just like, it was the one with the big bulky one. It was like almost, it was thick and it was massive like that. And he was showing me, he goes, it's got like 400 songs in it. I'm like, what? 400 songs that you've had to download and load onto your...
I could never afford that one. I always had the one with no screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the shuffle.
The shuffle one, yeah. I never really had one, actually.
You never had an iPod?
Nah, never.
Oh, fuck, I love my iPod, man.
Yeah.
Also, another fun fact about Apple. So they never use any normal wordings like AI, artificial intelligence. They don't call it like that. They call it Apple Intelligence.
Yeah.
Even for AR and VR, they use every single time they use a different term.
Yeah.
And that is something that resonates with the brand. So
That's right. It's a branding thing.
Yeah,
And
they're
they're having
very
that
smart about it.
differentiation comparatively to everyone else.
Touching on Apple, I recently read a book called The Diary of a CEO. You know, Stephen Bartlett.
Yes.
Great fucking book, by the way. Anyone
Really?
wants to read it,
Good.
Fucking phenomenal book.
Oh, awesome. I was going to buy it the other day at the
Phenomenal book,
airport, and I didn't. I bought something else, but I'll get it.
Great book. Easy to read. I really like that guy, dude. I think he's for a guy who's 30 years old.
Is he that young?
He's 30, dude.
Good on him.
He's phenomenal. I think he's an unbelievable human being. I think he's level. Did you know that the level of research they do when they get a podcast guest in, they go and research what scents they like, what music they like, and they have the music playing in the background when the guest walks in the room, just to put them in the best possible mood. Like they do the level, the detail they break things down to is phenomenal. And he talks about Apple, and he talks about how Apple's experience, the way they sell, they don't sell. Their thing is no one wants to be sold to. No one wants to feel like they're pushing me across the line here, or they're trying to, because then that's when people pull back, yeah? You push on something, you get pushback. Their whole thing around selling is that the business is so well thought out that they sell through their experience. Do you know what I mean? You know, you can go into an Apple store and play with an iPad for 8 hours and no one will tell you to leave.
Yeah. I believe
Ever.
it.
They will not tell you to leave. They'll make sure you're having the best time of your life. They sell you through what they call the endowment effect, which is let them experience it like it's theirs. Do you know what I mean? Because then our product is so good that we don't have salespeople.
Yeah.
You come in, you play with the product, you want to buy it.
And have you ever walked into an Apple store?
Dude, I love Apple's.
They
my
have
favorite brand.
400 people working. Do you know what I mean?
And everyone's happy.
Hey,
And everyone knows.
Everyone knows everything. Hey, how do I do this? You do it like this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it did that. Yeah. And they do live presentations as well. They do like live presentations on how to use the iPad or phone or whatever it is, the watch. So they'll do that like once a day.
I think it's phenomenal, dude. I think the fact that they have a business where the selling model is through experience, not through sales team and scripts. And do you know what I mean? It's like these guys are playing the game. And how do you beat that?
Yeah. People try to imitate it.
Yeah. But when you imitate someone, you can't pass them.
Yeah.
Which is good. If you're far behind, you'll close the gap. But eventually,
Yeah. You got to do something else to innovate.
But yeah, I found that really interesting. But going back to your question, what have I learned over the last 12 months doing this podcast every single week? I think I've learned that I think this has been a great experience, dude.
Yeah.
I think this has been fun. Like I've loved it.
It's been easier than I thought. I thought it would be harder from a perspective of time to do this.
Yeah. Also, I think we've scheduled for it, like we've allowed for it. Yeah, because if we didn't, even I talk to people and they're like, 52. I'm like, yeah. And they're like,
Consecutively.
yeah,
It's
well,
not
we
like,
haven't missed a fucking week.
It hasn't been like a
We have
fortnight
not-
where we missed, where we had
we
one.
have not missed a single week, or we've never had to pull back on an old episode to say, hey guys, throw back this week because we missed out on one. Nothing like that. We've always had a new episode every week. And I'm sure there will come a time where we will throw back to an old episode that did really well for the new listeners, etc. But like most podcasts do. But yeah, I think the power of consistency, I think it's allowed us to understand the YouTube platform a little bit better, which we hadn't really dabbled in heavily before. I think it shows that if you want to prioritize something, you need to schedule it, because otherwise, if we didn't schedule this, dude, the fact is we wouldn't have kept that level of consistency. And I think when you do something that you genuinely enjoy, like this is fucking fun. Like we sit here, we have a chat, do you know what I mean? And we're talking about topics that we both care about.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think to do that, as well as have some cool guests on, I think it's shown that when you do something that you enjoy, that it's not taxing at all. If anything, it's kind of rejuvenating.
Yeah, and you can take a lot of lessons out of that even in your business as well. So that first year of business is often a grind. That first year of business, you're going to go, well, am I going to keep doing this? Am I going to fail? Am I going to double down? Am I going to kill it? That first year is always vitally important. And understanding that there's a greater goal at play, because it's not likely that you're going to get into business in the first year and then retire after 52 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Just make so much money, get so much fulfillment out of what you're doing, go, cool, that's enough. Better stop now.
I think, yeah.
So that perseverance and persistence is so important. Like
and
you've
patience.
Got it. Yeah. Like I like being aggressively patient. You still got to make moves. You know what I mean? Don't be patient. Oh, look, it'll come, like I'll get a new office in 10 years. Dude, like make moves. You can still be patient. You can still work for it. No. How do you do it in 5? How do you do it in 1? How do you do it in 3? Like patiently aggressive. Know that there is a process to happen.
I think that's a balance. Yeah, because it is like, I also know people who, I think there is a level of, okay, we just need to do this same thing for longer.
Yeah, I felt that.
well.
I felt that in my business.
Yeah.
I've always said
it drops.
Yeah, like I called you up the other night on the way home, and I said that I think I'm in a drop moment. as in shit's just popping. Yeah, the opportunities are coming up, and it's like we're going from win to win to win to win. And it's great. And I've always said it. I've always said it to like everyone, to my old man, to my missus, everyone. I said, guys, like, you don't understand. It's going to turn one day where we're going to sign up $50 million of work. And you're all going to go, oh, it must be nice.
Yeah. But you didn't see the 4 years, the 5 years before that.
Next year's my 10th year in business. Like my company will be open for 10 years next year.
Has God.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I know, right?
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like now it's popping. Yeah. Like now it's going to take off. Next year, guys, like mark my words, next year, you're going to see me everywhere. Like you're going to see our projects everywhere and big jobs too. We're not fucking small things like here. Like we're talking big, significant projects are going to be landing. I've got another 2 massive ones that I'm trying to sign up before Christmas. And for context, we're 10 weeks out now when we're recording this date. We're AFL parade, grand final. Well, it's a public holiday today, guys. See? Grinding on a public holiday.
Yeah, but so this will air in October.
Yeah. But
It'll be mid-October.
yeah, so that's the intent, to sign up another couple of really big jobs, and then it's like, cool, well then what's next year? So if I'm going to be maxed out, well, how do we max out the max out? How do we keep going to that next level? How do we keep pushing, and what do we need to do? And I felt that it's honestly taken those 9 years prior to get to this exact point. All the experience, all the other jobs I've had previously, so the 25 years I've been in construction, just to get to this moment right now. But so many people don't have that consistency, that discipline, that belief, that patience to go, yep, it's going to work. You know, there's so many stories like that. What's the guy? The Colonel Sanders of KFC. He didn't become a billionaire until his 60s or something like that. GC.
Did he become a billionaire?
I don't know. I think so, maybe. But he didn't make the big time. All right, didn't make hundreds of millions of dollars until he was late 60s. Grant Cardone, no one knew who he was 10 years ago. No one knew who he was. And now he's fucking killing it. He's a billionaire. He's got choppers. He's got aeroplanes. He flies all around the world. He's got billions of dollars worth of real estate. No one knew who he was 10 years ago. And now he's in his mid-60s or something like that, early 60s.
Yeah, I think he's like 65.
Yeah. Right. So, but so many people get into ventures like the podcast and go, like my dad said, oh, I'm surprised you don't have more followers. We will. Surprised you don't have more listeners. We will. I don't know when it'll be, but we will. Every episode you do, we're going to get more. Every day in business, you're going to get better every single day. And you got to have that belief. You got to have that persistence and discipline to go, yep, this is what's going to happen. And they're the ones that end up crushing it.
Yeah, and I think you need to set things up in a way like this. This is pretty seamless. This podcast.
Yeah.
Like it happens now. We've got it so well systemized that
we come in, we set up.
Yeah, we know how this works.
I don't even know how to set it up now. I never used to.
Yeah, we know how to, like the whole editing process. We've kind of filtered all that out. The clips go out.
Oh, we figured out yesterday, during the week.
We worked out how much an episode cost us. Yeah.
So it costs this much money per episode. So we know throughout the year we need this much money for this thing to float.
Yeah, well, like, cool, 52 episodes a year. This is what it costs us per episode. This is how much the podcast costs to stay alive. Yeah. This is how much we need to make.
We should go a little bit further with that. We should go, what are the subscriptions we need? So the software subscriptions, the whatever it is.
I know.
Does Spotify.
There's 2.
Oh, is there? Yeah.
There's 2 subscriptions. About $100 a year.
Oh, is it? So it's a month?
A month.
Yeah, okay. So it'll still add it up. It'll still add up to the overall cost. But yeah, you can go, okay, well, we know we need $12,000 a year. More. Say $20,000 a year to do this podcast.
Yeah.
So many people would look at that and go, no chance. The other day, you signed up one of the guests, you've signed up as a client.
Yeah.
There you go. I know there's been people that have come to see us talk at events that listened to this podcast and came and paid money to be at our events because of this podcast.
Yeah.
And then they can turn into clients as well. It's the indirect thing that it's going to help you get in the short term, the indirect businesses you're going to get. It's also the credibility.
Oh, dude, I think this is huge credibility.
It's brand. Brand building is just, it's always a long-term thing, but brand is about influence at the end of the day. It is about influencing your audience in a way, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. It's about influencing them to think and feel in a certain way. And then more often than not, if you're in business, it's to buy. Or it could just be to educate. Like that's what a lot of what the content we put out doesn't go. We have a 30-second clip, and then it turns around and says, okay, so you can just click the link below and buy that. Yeah, doesn't happen. We talk content. We talk about
We've actually never asked for anything.
I mean, we ask. There's a couple episodes, I can't remember which one it is, where we look to the camera and then we say in the top right-hand corner, you press a red button and you subscribe to the channel.
Or
not this episode.
Yeah.
Not this episode. I don't think we'll say it in this one.
No, I mean, don't do it now.
No, I won't do it now. But I'm saying in previous episodes, there's been times where you would go, hey guys, just so you know, it exists on your phone, on your new iPhone 16. If you've just purchased one. Pro, sorry.
Well, you think I'm a peasant?
I think this is a game. On your new iPhone Pro 16 Plus Max / $1 Million Days podcast.
Yeah.
It's in the top right-hand corner, you press that button, you subscribe.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only time we've ever asked for something.
But is that really asking for something?
No, I mean, that's gifting. We're giving you a
like,
gift.
in the sense of like, we've never sat there and said, hey guys, like, we're doing this thing here, or...
Oh, yeah. Like I've never gone up to some... Yeah, exactly right.
Do you know what I mean?
Said, hey, subscribe. Do you know?
We've actually never asked for anything apart from like tuning in at this point.
Yeah.
And I think
I don't necessarily see me doing that.
asking for anything.
Yeah, like what am I going to ask for?
No, I think this is where I see this going. At some point, I think we'll have some sponsors.
Yeah, I think so too. I think sooner rather than later as well.
Yeah, and I think that we will eventually be looking for people who want to reach the audience that listen to this to say, cool, like, do you want to sponsor the show, etc. That'll be one part of it. So there'll be partnerships we have to cover the cost of it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I think people don't like. This is a business.
Yeah, ultimately, and it's exactly what we're talking about and covering.
And then that's the only thing I think we'll ever ask of people, like, if you want to use this product. And it'll be obviously only, this is how I feel about it. We've never spoken about this, but I think it'll only be a product or services that you and I both are in line with.
I had the other day someone call me up saying, we want to really be part of your events and trainings, and, we'll sponsor you. And well, like, dude, step up. First, I've got to see whether your product's any good.
Oh, you don't know them?
No, they've never dealt with them before. And he goes, oh, no, we'll come in, we'll give you, and like he threw money at me. He goes, I want to, we'll sponsor your next event, we'll give you this much. I said, no, chill. I go, first of all, I don't know if your product's any good. And if it's not congruent with what I'm doing, if it's not helping the people that I'm helping, then I'm a sellout.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
what I mean?
I 100% agree
Like I'm just taking your money for the sake of taking your money so I can benefit and then sell a product that I don't genuinely believe in. And I never, like my reputation is very important to me in that space. I don't want to put a guy in front of everyone and go, hey guys, listen to this person. I'll buy his product because I get a 20% cut.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that's a big problem that people make. I had someone come up to me and do the same thing. And they're like, hey, can you reach out to your audience about, we've got this upcoming program. Can you pitch it to them? And if anyone buys in, we'll pay you X.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Because I've never even done your program.
Yeah.
Like, how can I go and tell people
To go and do it.
to go and say, hey, you should go sign up to this? And I've never done it. Like, that would be so hypocritical.
Yeah, and I just think people are too influenced by that monetary gain. Some people, not all people, but a lot of people are influenced by that. I've had companies approach me as a brand ambassador. I had some company, I can't remember what they were called. I probably wouldn't shout them out anyway, but they were a shoe company, like work boots. And like, we'll give you free boots. We'll give you and your whole team free boots. Can you just say, you're an ambassador, you wear the boots, take some photos wearing the boots, and then if anyone buys it, use your code, boots20, and we'll give them 20% discount and you 20% cut, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was just like, look,
Do you wear their boots?
no.
You don't wear
It was an up and coming brand. I don't even know if they're still around. But it was nothing bad about the brand. I didn't think it was a bad product. I didn't think anything like that. It was more just, I didn't want it to be like I was using the platform to sell a product, someone else's product. I was using social media at the time and still am to educate, entertain a little bit, but predominantly to educate and to be in line with what I'm doing in business, both from the construction point of view, but also the consulting too, and just general business as well.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that we don't hold back on this thing.
No, I think we've covered some topics that as well that people will be like, I can't believe you spoke about that. I said, but why wouldn't you?
Which ones?
Oh, okay. So I reckon one of our best episodes, or one that I got a lot of call back on, was when we spoke about equal opportunities.
Like men and women?
Men and women, yeah. Like in the workforce. But a lot of people don't touch that because it's taboo. Of course women should get paid the same as a bricklayer. Women bricklayers and men bricklayers, they should be paid the same. Or not that they should be paid different, but
there should be more.
You should, yeah, that's right. You should employ 50% bricklayers that are women. And that there's a divide there, that men get preference, that men do this, that men get the advantage. Like, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in any profession.
Yeah, and I think it goes both ways.
Yeah, it does go both ways. It's like, I heard this the other day. It's like, okay, let's say you and me and Iggy, we now start a childcare nursery. Let's do it. But you and me are there changing diapers.
100%.
Yeah. Changing diapers, looking after the kids, fucking feeding them with bottles. You're doing that now anyway, Iggy.
Yes.
At your house. He's got a youngster. But that would be fucking weird. I wouldn't leave my kid, my toddler, okay, my 3-year-old, my 4-year-old, my 5-year-old at a male-operated nursery.
You're sexist.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys. But do you know what I mean? Would you? You don't know?
Yeah, I don't
Sitting
know.
on the fence? I know you would. I don't even need to ask you.
Me, I'd flip. I'd have to fight him. What do you mean? Yeah.
But you know what? I promise you, so many people would think that too.
Yeah,
it would be odd.
It's, you know what it is?
I'm not talking like. And
It's
you could
not
say,
that people don't think that. It's that people fear voicing what they really think.
Yes,
that's what it is. Because you will get shut down. But when you truly believe something, like truly believe, you're like, hey, like I will get into an argument or something over this. Like,
it's the power of free speech. At the end of the day, that's what our society is built on. And someone was saying this. I was listening to a podcast on Diary of CEO. Actually, funny enough, I can't remember what his name was, but he was effectively saying, he goes, the point of free speech is to question authority. It doesn't matter who's in power, whether it's Trump or whether it's Biden or whoever it is. It doesn't matter. The point of free speech is to be able to question that authority. Because if you can't, and if you don't, it's a dictatorship.
Yeah, well, then it's not free speech.
That's right. It's not free speech. And that's the whole thing with Elon was saying, Twitter was censored. You couldn't say certain things.
It's still censored.
Yeah, but from a degree of
everything is censored.
Yeah, but I'm saying a lot less than what it was.
No, it's higher.
You reckon?
Nah, not higher.
Twitter's
Not
higher.
higher. Nah.
Yeah, you can look at the statistics. It's actually higher.
Statistics of what?
Of the numbers of how many posts are censored.
No way, dude.
Yes, it's
dude.
true.
People are dropping the N-word, everything. Like, it's not. There is way more getting through than.
Look, and free speech isn't just.
There is some stuff that gets censored though. Look it up.
But free speech doesn't mean you can be a dick. All right.
On Twitter, it does.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's just being an asshole. Do you know what I mean? That's just being a fucking dickhead.
Yeah,
you can be hateful. Like there is levels of hate, I suppose, in that when you talk about free speech. There are people there that genuinely hate you because of the color of your skin or your ethnicity. There'll be people out there like that for sure. But I guess that is their right to voice that opinion.
Yeah, it's a whole. Yeah, we spoke about it.
Yeah, we spoke about that. We've spoken about, a few episodes back, we spoke about the Welcome to Country. Actually, funny enough, ever since we spoke about that, I think we obviously started the trend. I've seen so many more articles come out about it and how much everyone's, because we're in the,
You're knocking shit over today.
Knocking shit over. We're in the final series at the moment with the AFL, and everyone's talking about, it's one of the hot topics about the welcome to country. Now, we spoke about that a few weeks ago.
It is one of the hot topics.
Yeah, because I just heard it. They were interviewing who's the AFL CEO now? Can't remember. I know his name if you say it. But anyway, they were interviewing him and they're saying, oh, what do you think about the welcome to country? So many people at the moment are not congruent with it. They're not liking it, blah, blah, blah. And he was just giving the most politically correct answer each and every time. I know. And he was the whole time, he was just literally saying, it's served us so well. So I think it's great because it's about unity and this and this. And then the interviewer was saying, yes, but you're creating divide.
It is 100 creates division, dude.
You're creating divide.
Oh, yeah. So don't forget, we're different. Yeah. That's the reminder.
That's right.
Like, if we're all one, why do we need to constantly say it?
Yeah. It's like the arguments everyone's saying, they don't feel welcome, like they feel like they don't need to be welcome to their own country, but also everything that follows that too.
This is a perfect segue. Who do you think is going to win the American election?
Trump.
Really?
I hope so.
No, I didn't say who do you want to win.
I don't know. I don't follow it enough. You follow it quite a bit. From what I heard, I think I heard something the other day. You don't or you do?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard someone saying that Kamala Harris is in the lead.
Well, yeah, the votes haven't started, but
like as in if it was a preferred,
they reckon that she's
that's
winning
that's the media.
Lot of people over. Yeah, well, the media, but so here's the thing with the media.
Yeah.
If you are someone who doesn't really follow it,
yeah,
and then you see the media and the media says, oh, most people are voting for Kamala Harris, and then you start to think, oh, like there must be something positive about this.
Oh, yeah.
Lean into what everyone else is doing. Yeah. People are ridiculously influenced by what everyone else does. You can do something stupid. If you get everyone to do the same thing and it's like a stupid thing, like they can be walking in the middle of nowhere, then getting to jump over a certain thing and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like if you get 30 people to do it and they're all actors, one person who's not the actor will probably jump over it too. Yeah. Even though there's nothing you can physically see. We are very influenced by how other people do what they do. If we see a bunch of people running in a direction, we'll run.
Yeah.
We don't even know what we're running from. Yeah. But like everyone's running this way, it must be the right thing to do right now.
Yeah, imagine that. That'd be a great experiment. We should do that.
What?
We should just get like 40 people run down Bay Street. Right? And just running. Just like just like in a fit.
Yeah.
And then just see how many more people. Yeah. See how many poor people. Just no run, no, just screaming. Just and then just running.
Yeah. And you'll see people like, there must be something dangerous. Like, and they'll start to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people will move with that. So if the media controls, dude, it's propaganda.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, it is 100% propaganda. And if they control what everyone thinks, and all of a sudden all these people think, oh, well, maybe she is better.
After yeah.
DEI, like she used to be a prosecutor. She's a woman, first woman president. Yeah,
black as well.
She's black, half black. You know what I mean? The black, she's winning that side over. She did the immigration, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then people think that this is the right thing for the country, and all of a sudden they win all these votes. I think people don't understand how, this is going to sound very pessimistic, but I think people don't understand how close World War III is. I think everyone thinks everything's okay.
Especially here.
Especially here, dude. Like, World War III is literally, we're on the cusp of it. People don't understand that.
Yeah, and
there's wars happening everywhere now.
Yeah, I don't, just to give you some context too, I haven't thought about it once this week.
That's what I'm saying. Because we sit here and we think everything is normal. And it's not.
It is to a degree for us in our day to day.
If you live in your bubble, which we do in Australia.
Which we do, that's what I mean. Yeah, we are in our bubble.
We're in our, like it's literally we're our own island, right? But if shit hits the fan, Australia is united with the US.
Yeah.
So if all of a sudden all this goes down, have you seen like Israel, Lebanon?
Yeah.
You seen all that?
Yes and no.
Huh?
Yes and no.
Dude.
Well, I've heard the other day they were saying for no one to travel to Lebanon at the moment.
Yeah, they're cutting off commercial flights.
Yeah.
They're firing rockets into Lebanon.
Who is?
Israel.
Yeah.
They,
Have you got family over there?
me, no.
Yeah.
No one.
Okay.
Not one. But I do supposedly have an auntie who's on her way there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which is not smart. But
Yeah.
anyway. Did you hear the thing they did with the pages?
No. With which?
Pages?
No.
So they went, and I don't know the details of the story, but it's something along these lines. They went and got, apparently the terrorist group in Lebanon went and ordered like thousands of pages or something, and then Israel have found a way to tap into it, the delivery, plant little bombs in the pages, and then once the pages got delivered, blew up and killed people. Which is terrorizing. Is it not? Blowing. Like, imagine you bought a whole series of iPhones for everyone, and then they planted bombs in the iPhones, and you were sitting there with your iPhone like this, and this blew up now, and we all died. Do you know what I mean? That's what they did. And it's like, it only takes one, because Russia, China, like, you think if Kamala Harris wins, China's not going to invade Taiwan? Do you know what I mean? Like, we are on the cusp of this, and I think the only thing that will stop it, in my opinion, is Trump winning, because he'll be a difficult person to deal with.
Yeah.
He won't just let them run through. I think he'll actually find a way to stop the Israel-Palestine thing. It's been going for a year. October last year it started, yeah?
Yeah, wow.
It's been going for a year.
So what I mean, again, you don't...
Okay, that's been going for a year. How long was Ukraine going for before that?
Yeah.
That's still going.
You don't hear about that anymore either.
No, propaganda. They control over here. Do you know what I mean? It was a hot topic for a moment.
It was also the hot topic after COVID. You remember that? It's like everyone forgot about COVID and started talking about the war. And no one talks about either.
The world's a funny place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we are way closer to a world war than we think.
Facts.
Ew.
So every time a war happens, it is mostly because there is a power shift.
Yeah.
Which is what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
The US is sinking.
That's right.
Yes.
They're no longer the power of the world.
You know, I think someone was saying, I think it was Patrick Bet-David saying it the other day. He's like, well, can you look up the definition of a world war? He said, by definition, we are in a world war right now. Like, by definition, World War III's begun.
Yeah.
By definition, technically.
That's
I don't
like 3 or
think
4 countries.
Yeah,
at
I
war
think
or
there's
something
like
that.
more than 3 countries at war. That's determined a world war or something like that, which there is right now.
You know, they say still, you know, saying America's sinking, right?
Yeah.
They're still a powerhouse.
America?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, you fuck around and find out. Do you know what I mean? You're talking, it's not like they're weak in the sense of from a military point of view.
Nah, but
You know what I mean? They'll still fuck people up.
Yeah. Who though?
Whoever.
There's
But
three,
the worst thing's going to be is if those guys just go nuclear. That's what the fuck thing's going to be. It's if someone drops a bomb on someone. Right?
I think there's 3 superpowers. Russia, China, and the US. I think everyone else is not big enough to take on any of those.
No.
But Russia,
Everyone else is just going to pick a side.
yeah, Russia and China are in agreement.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So now, and they both want Kamala Harris to win.
Yeah.
Why? Get out of the way, little girl. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's going to be like, dude. This is where people forget. No, we need a female president. It's like, if this shit hits the fan, is this who you want to make those decisions? Do you know what I mean? Like, they forget. I've been reading a book about Genghis Khan.
You're sexist, by the way.
Me?
I just want to put that out there. How dare you say that?
I try to be. Yeah. I try to,
Wake up in the morning.
hopefully. Hopefully, nah. That's a joke, guys. But, I just think you need to call things for what they are. The same way you wouldn't want a man looking after your child.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a very similar thing. It's
the
a very
same thing.
it's almost an identical.
And yes,
Example.
is there, because this is the next question that'll come up in most people's heads. Are you saying every man can do it better than every woman? No, but I'm saying most could. Do you know what I mean? By human nature, like your natural abilities tend to make you good and bad at things. And if we go off generalizing, it's a general term or a general statement. I think Trump needs to win.
Yeah,
For the sake of the world, that's the truth.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
Are you still going to go vote for him?
Absolutely,
You are.
100%. If I was there, I'd vote for him. If I was an American citizen, I would be voting. Trump, get you on the cast. We'll have a chat.
Dude, what's your favorite podcast apart from this one, of course?
Hey, good question. I have been listening to Hormozzi's a little bit lately.
Yeah.
I like Diary of a CEO. I like Chris Williamson. Brad Lee, I haven't listened to his stuff for a little while, but I used to quite like his stuff. He used to have some
he's
good
got a
guests.
hit.
Maybe, yeah, I think a little bit. His guests, I think, have dropped off, like the quality of them a little bit. The last good one he had was Dan Pena. That was a good episode. Yeah, they're the main ones. They're the main ones I listen to at the moment. There's another Aussie guy, which I haven't listened to his podcast in ages, Money Mentor, Graham Home. I just love his, the content he gives and speaks about, I think really helps a lot of people, can help a lot of people. He just gives a bit more financial literacy to the everyday Australian. And I listened to probably the first 10 or 15 episodes that he did. And now he's in the top 100 podcasts in Australia.
So are we.
Absolutely.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, of course we're in the top 100.
Shut your fucking mouth.
You don't reckon we're in the top 100 in a category?
Show me. Right now, I'm going to get more poppers.
I'm
Stop
gonna-
it.
I
Stop
gotta,
it.
I got to get
Iggy,
it up, man.
how come you haven't told me this shit?
I got to sign into all my accounts, dude. Yeah.
Can you find it on my phone?
Find my iPhone?
No, can you find it on mine? What do you need? I'm all logged into everything.
I got an email yesterday.
Oh, I'm going to throw up.
That's the spirit. Did you find out that definition, Iggy? Open the Google Ads app on the iPhone.
Yeah, open up Google. Have you got Google on your iPhone?
Sorry.
You ask me the definition of war or
World War.
World War.
Yeah, this is a problem because it's asking me that prompt thing on my old phone.
Oh, okay.
So the definition of world war, it says a war involving many large nations in all different parts of the world. The name is commonly given to the war of 19... I think it's just the World War I and II. I think the definition for war is better. A state of armed conflict between different countries or different groups within a country.
That's war.
And the World War is
technically,
also quite weird.
Yeah, okay. But
Oh, Pete, I don't mind. I like Summer Patrick at David's podcast as well.
Oh,
He goes very much into a few, like he goes into political stuff too, which you probably like more than I would.
a very, very political guy.
Yeah, very much so. Very patriotic.
Yeah, for a guy that wasn't born in the US.
Yeah. You were going to say something, Iggy?
yes. So there is a different definition for world war. A state of usually open and declared armed hostile conflicts between states or nations.
And that's what's happening right now, by definition. So, you know, we've shared that exercise before about doing the week thing. You know, doing the, you're going to live till this long.
Oh, yes.
Write
yes.
this down, da.
Yeah.
So I've taken that one level further, and I think it's messing with my head.
Yeah, is it?
Let me tell you why.
Please.
Because then shit like this happens, and all I think about now is, and I've been reading for the last few months, I've been reading a lot about history. I'm reading a book right now about Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Your mate?
yeah, Iggy's mate.
Dead.
You're probably right. You know who Genghis Khan is?
Yeah. That's why I said Iggy's mate.
His dad. His dad's dad. Probably Iggy's probably a descendant.
100% Iggy is the descendant.
Some level.
That's why I liked
Some
you.
gene,
That's why I
yeah.
liked you when I first saw you.
Anyway, and I just keep thinking about death and how, because like something will happen, something will happen in business, and then I'll think about how this is not going to matter.
Yeah.
Like we're literally going to disappear. Dude,
It's like you said the other day, like everyone in 100 years on the planet's going to be dead.
yeah, there'll be all new people in 100 years.
Yeah.
But okay, here's another thing. You know, everyone's like, I'm doing this for legacy, I'm doing this for this, I'm doing this for that. Tell me some people who, name some iconic people from the 1700s. Can you name some iconic people from the 1700s?
70. That's quite hard. Is Leonardo da Vinci from the 17th?
I mean, I'll know that. I know him, but I don't know if he's from the 17th.
Or Newton?
Nah.
Anyway, no, we don't.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Or even, okay, 1800s.
Yeah. Again.
1800s is only 150 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like all this shit that we worry about. Every single day now, I write down my weeks. So I'm currently at 2936. And then I write down my days, because the day drops every single day. And then I write down my hours. So I list the 3 every single day. I've got the sticky note with just the weeks.
Yeah.
But every day on top of my tasks, I write down the weeks, I write down the days, and I write down the hours.
So how do you write the hours or the?
Hey, exactly. So here, 2936 weeks,
Yeah.
which is 20,549 days, which is 493,176 hours.
How many? Yeah. Sorry. How many left?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I get you now.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. You're saying there's 293 days left until you're 90. There's 20,549 days, and there's 493,176 hours until you kick the bucket.
So every single day, that drops by 24, the other one drops by 1, and then the week drops once a week.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the other thing with that is too, right? And touch wood.
That's not guaranteed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could be 3.
Yeah. It could be 7 minutes.
Yeah. Touch wood again. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Isn't it?
It is. I get what you're saying. And that's why, don't fuck around. That's sick. This is sick. Good segue. So how are you with difficult conversations?
Me?
Yeah, having them.
I think you just need
I'm asking you, like, how you're with with them.
My approach is, as in,
Having them.
do I like them?
Well, I don't think many people like them. You're like, yes, let's go. Like something difficult. Say it was a sibling, a friend.
Yeah, I think you just need to bring it up.
Yeah.
You just need to, because then once it's surfaced, you can then talk through it, and you never regret that conversation after, or you almost never. Sometimes, you
Yeah. Yeah.
You almost will never say. You need to, dude. The thing between what you want and what you've got is usually a tough conversation.
Yeah. It's the action you got to take.
Yeah.
And too many people they look at that number like it's never ending. Do you know what I mean? They don't have those conversations. They don't do those things. They don't take those risks. That's what the point of what you're talking about is. It's the reminder. It's not that you go, fuck, I'm running out of time,
It's
or
the
fuck
mortality
that.
reminder,
Right.
dude.
The mortality reminder is massive. It's like I had that coin. I found it in my gym bag the other day. Memento Mori.
How funny! I looked at that photo yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There you go. Where'd you see that?
I had when I was changing over my new iPhone. I was doing it last night, and I was deleting a whole bunch of old photos before I upload.
Yeah.
because I usually upload all my photos, but before I do, I'll clean it out.
Yeah.
And it was in there.
Yeah, there you go. So
Source
Memento
photo.
Mori, for those of you that it's Mexican something, whatever it is, but it's Latin.
Lebanese.
It's absolutely Lebanese. Haram.
Yeah. Haram, guys.
What's it saying? Oh, so memento mori is it's a coin. There's a two-sided coin. It says memento mori and memento viverio, something like that on the other side. And it's one side it says you're going to die. Like the coin, it says you're going to die. And then on the other side, it also says you're going to live. And that's just a reminder in itself that like, stop fucking around. Take the risks, have the conversations, do the things that you want to do, enjoy life. It's short. Like there's that statistic out there that we're 1 in 4 billion chance of just being alive. Do you know what I mean?
More.
Is it?
It's like 400 trillion.
Is it that much?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was more, less. But anyway.
You're talking about the thing that Gary Vee was.
Yeah. He mentions that, but I heard it somewhere else in a bit more context. It's like that exact, you are you because of your parents having sex at that exact moment in time. 30 seconds later or 30 seconds earlier, and you wouldn't be on this planet. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't be in existence at all. And we all walk around like, fucking, we're going to live forever.
400 trillion.
400 trillion to 1 is the chances of you being alive. But people still don't comprehend that. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's a cool statistic. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I love about that exercise. I started to feel, because I've turned 40 recently, and I started to think like that as well, from that perspective, that just the mortality aspect of it, fuck, I'm 40, am I halfway? Am I a third of the way? Like, where am I? A lot of people live less, a lot of people live a lot less than that too.
Yeah, and also, like, you think...
I could be over halfway.
You think about how quick the last 12 months, this podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you've been listening to this podcast from day dot, you've been listening to this for a year now.
For a year. What's changed in your life in the last year that you've been listening to this?
How fucking quick did this year go?
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, everything. I've blinked and it's over, dude. And I had such huge aspirations. I'd written down my goals for the last 12 months, and I looked at them this week. Funny enough, I was like, okay, there's a few on there that I haven't ticked off. There's a few on there that I have. Right, there was actually one there that I just didn't think I was going to tick off that I did. There was one on there that I was 100% like it's happening, and it didn't happen. And yeah, it was just interesting to look at that and go, well, what do we like? How amazing life is, and what an opportunity we have. And I get to go and do this again next year, or the next day, or the next moment. And that's what I'm excited about.
Robby's question was actually quite good.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody from the 1700s?
Oh,
the 1700s was boring.
This guy.
The most famous people that you get is U.S. presidents.
Is it?
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, all boring.
Yeah.
And
all boring.
Next one, like that is well known.
You see, this is where people get it wrong. It wasn't boring. There was other people living. What people don't understand is people forget. You only know what's recorded in history.
Yeah.
Yeah. People forget. There was people doing sick shit. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So other than presidents, it's musicians, composers. We got Beethoven, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Mozart.
Mozart.
Yeah, Mozart.
Yeah. So like iconic people in that space, and at the time, like they were doing phenomenal things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then it's like now
they're not. Like
people don't even know who they are.
Exactly. They don't go to a Beethoven. When was the last time you went to a Beethoven concert? Sydney Myer Music Bowl. You missed it.
Dude.
Did you miss it? But one of the greatest composers in history. Yeah. Da, 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 da. You're going to hear that in movies. That's where people probably recognize that tone from, or learn about it at school in music class. So
it just makes you think, dude.
Oh, as I said, when I recently turned 40, I questioned my mortality a lot, especially because my kids are growing up now and I've got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, and it's like my babies are gone.
I feel like you've had a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old for like 3 years.
Because we speak about it so much in the podcast. Do you know what I mean? And I look at that and I say, I would have another kid because I miss that. Like it's those little footsteps. The laughing, the giggling, and they're still there. Like they're still my kids, but next year it's 11 and 8. The year after that, it's 12 and 9. You know what I mean? 13 and 10. 16.
And then it's like,
And
yeah,
13.
let me drive, Dad. Let me drive.
19.
Yeah. And then you're like, you're driving.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
21.
Yeah.
And 18.
That's a decade away.
That's right. It's not that far. Not that far. And that whole concept has had a positive effect on my life. A lot of people look at it and go, fuck, I'm 40, midlife crisis, let's go buy a jet ski. Let's go buy a motorbike. Let's go fucking...
You know what, dude? Hey, speaking of midlife crises,
Yeah.
I heard this thing the other day and they're like, what the fuck? Why have we labeled it this thing? Like
Midlife
people say,
crisis.
oh, everyone had a midlife. You understand that motherfucker had to work for 20 years before he could afford the Ferrari?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it's...
what are you
from
supposed
the
to do, buy a
notion-
Ferrari when you're 20?
Yeah, I think...
Like,
the
but if you
notion-
buy it when you're over 40, all of a sudden you're in a crisis.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? I've always wanted this car.
Well, do you know what it might be as well? It's they're doing stuff that they did when they were younger. Do you know what I mean? That they probably don't do now anymore. That's an example.
I don't think it is. I don't think.
I'm saying from the
going and
perspective
getting a
of
push
what
bike.
people doing it.
Do you know what I mean? And sitting there like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they're doing something that they've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And we label it as
A midlife crisis.
A midlife crisis. And it's like, well, do you ever factor in that maybe he couldn't do this earlier?
Yeah, exactly.
Or she.
Yeah.
They couldn't do this earlier in their life. Do you know what I mean? They weren't in a position to do this thing.
Maybe it's a matter of some people look at it and regret some of the decisions they've made. Do you know what I mean? It could be that too,
I
don't you
think
think?
society has brainwashed us to think that. Dude, when
Potentially,
I was
yeah.
younger, my parents decided to renovate the house.
Yeah,
Okay? And my uncle came over,
yeah.
and won't be the uncle that watches this, by the way, because he'll look at me on. One of my uncles came over and he looked at me and like we were painting and buying new furniture and doing all this stuff to the house. I would have been like 15 or something.
Yeah.
And he looked at me like, old man's having a midlife crisis, huh?
Yeah.
And I was like, why?
Yeah.
And he's like, all this shit. And I thought, oh yeah, he must be, huh? But that's how fucking brainwashed. Why? Because he renovated the house.
Got him. Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but any time someone of a certain age does things that are
Out of the norm.
out of the norm,
Yeah.
midlife crisis. Oh, you bought a new car? Struggling, huh?
Can't wait to get.
It's like-
Oi. Can't wait to get the yacht.
The yacht? Yeah.
Crisis.
They're going to let you know.
Going to remind people.
Put your sunscreen
Put
on.
your sunscreen on. Make sure you put your sunscreen on when you're on your super yacht. Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I might stand
Yeah.
on the edge of the yacht and just sunscreen people as they walk up.
Oi.
Just, yeah.
Got the pump
Over here.
action. Dude, can't wait. I fucking love that birthday present you got me.
Sick.
It's fucking
It's a reminder.
fucking cool. Every day I see it every
Yeah, you
fucking
just
day.
look at
Where it
it
is, I look at it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. So yeah, I had that period there where I was thinking, questioning my mortality and going down that path. I'm like, okay, cool. I've also I'm halfway there. I've still got halfway to go. There's still a lot of time. And even though it'll be over in a blink, I want to make every fucking moment count. And I said I didn't achieve some goals on what I put down, but I have achieved other things that weren't even on the list. And I look at that, I'm like, that's fucking sick. That is fucking cool. And it's what you make it at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? You, with all of your goals, with all of the things that you're trying to achieve with your life, it's what you make it. That things you put in place, the action you take, your mindset behind it, it's going to be positive if you make it positive. I heard someone say this the other day and I loved it as well. It's like every negative or every bad thing that that happens in your life, if you can look at it and go, how can I benefit from this scenario right now? How can I benefit from this? It just changes everything.
100%.
Everything.
We're
If you go,
making
think about,
machines.
but think about the worst thing that could happen. Touch wood, your partner dies, your child dies. That's like and look, touch wood, I don't know how I would cope with that. You know what I mean? I don't think I would at all.
There's a great guy who actually had that happen.
Yeah.
Who has written a book called, his name is Mo Gawdat or something like that. Gawdat. He used to be an executive at Google X, and he had that happen, and he wrote a whole book around and it's a full on, like, it's a great. I haven't read the whole book,
Yeah.
but I've watched a lot of his content, and it's a great way to watch someone do what you're saying right now.
Yeah. But see what's happened. He's taken that tragedy and turned it into something phenomenal where he's been able to help other people. It's like, I remember back in high school, there was parents that would come to the school and talk about drink driving and go, this is a photo of my son.
Yeah.
And everyone would look at him and stand and go, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's dead. He got in the car with one of his friends. He wasn't even drink driving,
He was just,
but he got in the car.
or sometimes it's like they were walking home and there was a drink drive.
And it could have been, man, it could have been, I've been in the car before with a friend, a guy that was in school, at school. He was 18 years old, and he was doing, in a VN Commodore, probably 140, 150 on the Monash, just zooming in between cars. And I was in the back seat, and everyone's like laughing and carrying on. And I'm like, dude, like, I was actually shitting myself because he was racing some other fuckhead in a VN.
Yeah.
Right? I was trying to be a legend, look how good I am. And he's like literally zooming in between cars. It was late, so there wasn't heaps of cars on the road. But he's in a piece of shit VN Commodore, thrashing
Something
this.
could fail.
Anything.
Brakes fail, tire
It's
pops,
not.
bearings,
It's not
gives way.
exactly. It's not a bloody high performance vehicle. And he was doing that, and I'm like, John, I said it now, John. Slow the fuck down. I go, seriously, fucking pull. I actually cracked it. I said, pull the fuck over. I'm done. Like, get out. I'll fucking walk home. Right? And then he slowed down. Everyone's like, oh, you're fucking shitting yourself. Yeah, I go, fucking no. I actually got shitty. And I thought that was quite, looking back, thinking about peer pressure, young, impressionable. You don't want to be a loser in front of you. Oh, you're scared.
Yeah.
Fucking oath I am. Go kill yourself, you fucking idiot. Right? You can kill yourself. You can all kill each other. Do whatever the fuck you want. Do it without me.
Yeah.
And he did slow down.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he did. Well, we got to our destination. I'm still here to tell the story. Yeah. But that could have fucking very easily gone in a different way.
Oh, and it does too. It does on
man.
many people, yeah.
It does.
I look back at how I used to be a bad driver.
Yeah.
Like, I've lost my license.
Did you?
5 or 6 times.
No.
Yeah.
5 or 6 times?
Yeah.
How'd you get it back?
I've lost it, been caught driving without it. Like, I was just,
Right.
yeah. Just was silly growing up.
Yeah.
But I look back and I think some of the stuff I used to do, dude, and I think, I got off easy, bro. Like, just, that's it. I just lost my license. That's
Fine.
That's an easy road.
$10,000 in fines, that all.
Still owe way more than that. But, but that's easy road. Do you know what I mean? There's people who went down the same route who didn't.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They had an accident. They, lost a limb, turned paraplegic, got injured.
Imagine that. Imagine how bad that would be.
Disappeared off the face of the earth.
Sometimes it could be worse than death too, man. Right? You go. Imagine you're a young, fit, strong 18-year-old, 20-year-old, whatever it is, and you're in a car with a mate, hits a tree, and you make it, but you cannot move from the neck down.
I had one rule. If I was speeding, I used to speed everywhere.
Yeah.
If I was speeding and someone in the car told me to slow down, I'd slow down.
Yeah.
Because I would like, how can I live with myself if something went wrong here? Because I was aware something can go wrong.
Yeah.
How would I live myself if something went wrong here and they asked me to slow down and I didn't? You know what I mean? But if you're egging me on, well, we're in this together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was stupid. It was very, very stupid, but I'm fortunate enough to have
Tell the story now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, life is
it's also that whole concept. It's like people wish they had $1 million, $10 million, $20 million, right? And you go out and you're like, cool, I'm going to win $20 million tonight in the Powerball or whatever it is. You go and do that, celebrate, go out, buy a Ferrari. That Ferrari, you wrap it around a tree the next day and you kill yourself. Should you really wish for $20 million? Do you know what I mean? If you didn't have that 20 million, you never would have bought that Ferrari. It's all relative. It's all relative when it comes to stuff like that.
I hate money if that happened to you.
But do you know what I mean? It can still happen without it.
Yeah, I know, but I blame money in that situation.
It just comes.
This is the devil.
Yeah. Towards potentially you could, but it just comes down to the fact that it's like you think money's the savior. Well, mate, it can also be.
I don't think there is a savior.
No, I think it comes down to fulfillment. I believe that's what I'm looking at these days. Like what fills your cup? What makes you happy? What makes you go, yeah, I'm just come down to happiness, mate. Like what is going to turn you?
I read this thing
when
the
you've
other
got a
day,
shit day, everything's good.
or watched this video, I should say, and it said, "You're not stressed because of what's happening. You're stressed because you're not doing enough of what fills up your cup."
Yeah,
And I was like, "It's a good point."
yeah, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt.
Life goes by very, very, very fast.
Yeah. Okay, we're 52 weeks in. We'll hit 100 episodes next year. Okay.
Yeah. Have you heard the concept of why they? Well, I don't know if this is true. I can't remember who shared this, but it was something along the lines of why life feels like it's quicker as you get older, because it does.
Yeah.
Like this year, how quick did this year go? And then next year will probably feel quicker and quicker and so forth, right? Yeah. And it's like life goes by fast as you get older. But the reason why they think that is, or a possible reason, is because a year. So when you've been living for 10 years,
Yeah.
1 year. So when you're a 10-year-old, 1 year is 10% of your life. Does that make sense? Because now 1 year is 10% of your life. So 10% is large in proportion to the scale of everything. So that's why it feels like a longer period of time.
Yeah.
When you've been living for 50 years, 1 year is 2% of your life.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden now, in comparison to everything else, that time period now feels less.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes total sense, doesn't it?
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
Because then it just means the more you live, the more you're going to feel like time goes quicker, which most people do, but no one ever explains that concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was listening to a pastor on, like a priest on Instagram.
Not a meal.
No, I wasn't listening to pastor, the meal. I tried. The pastor was correct. And he was saying exactly that, something along those lines, effectively, that he goes, I've been to many people on their deathbed. All right, there's many, many people on their deathbed. He goes, I see it all the time. I read them their final passage, their rites, whatever it is. And he goes, every single person that I've ever helped transition, they've never sat in their bed and be like, hey, can you bring me that trophy? Hey, can you go get my Ferrari keys? I just want to hold them. Can you go and, I just want to send a couple more emails before I go. Do you know what I mean? It's always been about, but man, you'll die. The next day you're going to get your inbox full. Yeah. All those emails that you're fucking stressing about that you get to work on Monday that are there, they will be there the next day after you die. And he pretty much said, he goes, what people want when they're in their final moments are their loved ones, the people and the things that meant the most to them. That's who they want around. They want the people, they'll hold the photos, the memory, whatever it is. That's who they want around. And that just goes to show a level of fulfillment. If that's what you want, if that's what every single person desires in their final moments of life, why are we always fighting for the one thing it's right in front of us every single day? But we're all striving for all these other things.
Isn't that just human nature? It's like a stuffy nose.
Absolutely it is.
You only miss breathing when you have stuffy nose.
Yeah, we are inherently...
The law of familiarity. Right?
Yeah, but we inherently take things for granted. That's human nature, taking everything for... Man, did you walk up the stairs today and go, oh, how good? How good was it walking up these stairs today?
You know,
do you know what I mean?
What I do.
You never thought that. You didn't think when you walked it. Yeah, but you didn't stop and think and shed a tear and go, fucking hell, I'm so happy I could walk up the stairs. But break both your legs or cut them off and then...
You do anything to be able to walk up the stairs.
You do anything to walk up the stairs.
It's like that story I shared when the car started.
Yeah, 100% every time.
It's like
what is look at all these stories. Like, how sick is that?
Here's one I'll share. And this is something that I remember at the time as it happened. I thought I'd never take this for granted ever again. And it wasn't me. It was I watched something happen to someone.
Yeah.
A relative a couple of years ago got sick with cancer and passed away. And I remember sitting there and looking at him, and he couldn't breathe properly. Like he couldn't go. Yeah, he couldn't take that deep breath.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, he couldn't sit up properly. He was not in a good way.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at him and watching him, and he was facing the TV, and I was sitting on his right-hand side. So I was just looking at him, and he was looking at the TV, and I was watching him, and he was like breathing really short breaths.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself in that moment, like, what would he give right now to be able to go and just take a deep breath? Like, that would be the greatest thing in the world to him.
Yep.
And now every single day, sometimes I'm just grateful I can breathe, man. Like, we can breathe fresh air. Like that in itself, like, that is life, man. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, how many times are you grateful you can breathe?
Yeah. Do you know
we all think we can breathe?
You know what's really random? This is really random, what I did last night. Because I'm home alone at the moment.
Yeah.
Kids are away. Fuck, I hate the house at the moment.
Why?
Empty. There's no noise. It's quiet. Oh, man.
Is it not even nice enough just for a short period?
Dude.
Oh, yeah, no.
Do you know how much I miss him?
It feels miserable.
Do you know how like I can't stay? I haven't been home. I've been home once this week.
That goes away. Because I used to live with people.
Yeah.
And then when I first lived on my own, I was like this is dead.
Oh, no. I'm talking just the noise of my kids.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not talking people. All right, I'm talking the kid. Like, if it was me and Nicole and the kids had moved out, like, I'd probably be like, where are my kids? I need kids. go get them.
Yeah.
Let's go start a nursery.
Just go start a nursery.
Just male
childcare.
Yeah, male childcare. That's it. So random though. I was sitting there, and I don't know why this happened. Don't know why. I made dinner, sat down to eat it, and I was grateful that I was eating. I was grateful for my dinner. I actually said, like, thank you for this meal. Like, I'm glad I'm eating this. I just practiced a second of gratitude. I'm grateful I can eat this. I'm grateful I got a house. I'm grateful I got the car. I'm grateful I can pay for my family to go on a holiday. Life is good. And then I fucking ate. Said it to my dog. No one else was around to hear it. But I practiced that. Yeah, she's just chilling out. Yeah. But I practiced that second of gratitude. And that's like something I don't do. I haven't done probably once this year. Haven't thought about it. But I did it that night.
I think that's super, super, super powerful, man.
It was, dude. It was, man. It was so good. It was so fucking good. And
because had you not had those things, like, how good would a meal be if you couldn't eat?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you fucking do anything for a warm meal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or a hot shower. How good's a hot shower?
Yep.
Like, seriously. A fucking hot shower, I think, is one of the most underrated things. Or aircon on a hot day.
Yeah, food's massive. I love food. I was out with Simon the other day at Glenda's. I was talking to him, said, "Oh, how good's fucking food?" Like, honestly, it's like sick. Get to eat every single day.
Yeah.
How lucky.
And you probably haven't stressed too much about your next meal.
I haven't.
Probably haven't.
I haven't.
No, I'm just telling to the listeners, this guy.
But I haven't either.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm actually getting hungry now. What time is it?
This is for George when he listens to this later.
It's early. It's early and I'm hungry. Bad breakfast.
Have a Tim Tam. I think the overall message, is a year goes by fucking quick.
Yep. Stop fucking
Time
around.
is fleeting.
Understand. Yeah, exactly. Your time's limited.
You know, and the things you're worried about today, I promise you, in 2200, no one's going to remember you.
Yep.
As sad as it is to say, it's also
very true.
It's not only true, I think it's refreshing, because
that's what makes it beautiful.
Shit you're
the
fucking
mortality
worried
of
about.
it. Yeah, exactly. The mortality of it is what makes it.
You know,
nobody's gonna remember what P Diddy did.
I think some people might. Why do we have to fucking end it on that? Seriously, that's
you keep fucking up the show at the end.
Wasn't it a couple episodes back? He dropped the C-bomb. Jesus,
that was yeah. I think that's.
Is it? And then I had to fucking end it like that too.
See you next time.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
But yeah, don't worry about next Tuesday.
Hey, can we get a petition happening? So Iggy's going back to Mongolia. When are you going?
2025 May.
May?
Yeah.
So it's not long. Not long. Let's get a petition happening to keep him here in the country. If you want to still see Iggy, see all the sick videos. Hey, dude, I've got to congratulate you publicly. Both of you. The legacy media videos that are popping at the moment are fucking sick.
Yeah, sick.
Seriously, like
so
I want to buy. I want to buy
so much more.
I want to buy whatever you're selling. I want to fill out a form. They're that fucking good. They're very entertaining. And guys, if you're in business and you're not fucking creating content, just get in touch with Robby. Seriously. Go onto Legacy Media's page. Go find some of the ads. It is sick shit. There's a plug. There's a plug for you. But honestly, just killing it. That's sick.
How weird's it going to be in 200 years when you can look up YouTube and there's going to be people that were dead 200 years ago and you can see what they did?
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine you could, we've had this conversation, but imagine you could do it now with your great-grandfather in Lebanon fucking cooking kebabs. Do you know what I mean? He can tell you, hey, this is the best way to do it.
Have you ever asked, are your grandparents alive?
I've got one grandparent alive. My grandmother and my wife's grandmother's still alive as well.
Have you ever asked your dad about his grandpa?
Briefly, yeah, not for a long time. Ignatius, his name was. What's fucking funny about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Iggy. It's
You
short.
always make a joke with my name.
Ignatius means
Ignatius,
saint.
huh?
Means saint.
Yeah. Is your? Oh no, I was going to say it's Ignatius. It's Icklet. It's cult. It's cult. Is that right? It's cult.
No, it's not right.
Yes, it cult.
It's
Yeah.
cult.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I got you right. You got it wrong.
Nah, I said it like a Mongolian. You said it like a white person.
Anyway, sign the petition. Keep Iggy in Australia. We'll pressure him. We'll put really bad pressure on him and his family to stay here. That he has no other option. Blackmail. That's it. That's the word I was looking for.
Where are you going with that?
We'll blackmail him to stay. If we come to Mongolia, will you take us around?
Definitely.
Awesome. You gonna come back?
I'll be staying in the countryside, so it's even better.
Is it? Sick. Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, fucking oath. How else are we gonna? We'll film a podcast there.
You can ride a horse or even a cow.
Shut
if
the
you
fuck
want
up.
to.
No, well, cow. That's something different.
Did you?
I can ride a cow.
You,
Or even a deer.
Can you ride the cow and eat it later? How does it work?
you did not ride cows.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. He's fucking, how's that? He's going to go, oh, George, everyone rides cows.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride a cow through town and everyone's going to look at me and throw shit at me.
There's this white guy.
This one guy from Australia riding cows.
Cow.
Fuck. Sick. Are you going to come back?
Maybe.
Come on. What are you fucking around for? Just come back.
Yeah. You only get 4 weeks annual leave. So
That's too good. Too much. All right. Well,
look, the reality is we're still celebrating. It's been 52 weeks. And if you've watched 52 episodes or listened to 52 episodes and for some reason you've had 52 opportunities but you have not yet subscribed,
now's your opportunity.
this is the time's fleeting, guys.
Yeah, we've been talking about taking action.
Yeah.
We've been talking about things. And look, honestly, what's it going to do to you? It's going to improve your life at the very least. The very worst, you'll never listen to another episode.
Yeah, you'll have an extra subscription that you haven't
Exactly.
that keen on. But
Exactly.
I think the odds of that happening are pretty slim, you not being keen on this. But look, the dog's about to spill the coffee.
She'll be all right. I'll just clean it up again.
Are you sure?
I've already spilled 2 drinks today.
Well, you have.
I was just
Share
too
this-
excited. I was so excited for episode 52.
1 year.
1 year down.
Share this with your friends. Share it with your mother. And happy 1 year.
Happy 1 year, bro. See you next time, guys.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Bye.